Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome back to RobMotive. Today, we're going to be installing the BakFlip MX4 tonneau cover on the 2025 Toyota Tacoma. I've already taken some of the pieces out of the box. This comes with kind of an adapter rail, I guess, that you have to put on first. And you may note it has this little notch-like thing in it here on the side. That's to accommodate how it notches in over here. That's going to be our first step. We also have the directions, which you won't need because I'm going to show you. And then we have all of the hardware and stuff here. I think the first thing we're going to do is go ahead and put this seal across the bulkhead in the front. It goes right across here. And of course, that's to keep everything, or to try anyway, watertight. Okay, we're going to start with this bulkhead seal. And I'm going to take it around this little crook right here and then straight down, and same on the other side. Hopefully we have enough material to do this. I guess I can check before we start. We should have plenty. Yeah, they usually give you a ton, so didn't really think that was going to be an issue. I did wipe this down with rubbing alcohol just to make sure we get the best opportunity for adhesion. And of course, some of their tape is ripped. There we go. Get that little bit off there, or not. I think we'll just leave it. Okay, so I'm going to start right on the corner here, and I'm going to set it in just a little bit from the edge, I think, because I think that's how it's supposed to be, hopefully. So about like that. And then I'm going to just run it down the edge here, like so, all the way to the other side. We've got the little piece across the front. Now we need to put the adapter rails on. And that's going to take these little nubs that slide inside the rails, because it's going to bolt down right across here. So to put these in, it's pretty simple. Pop the cap off. And by the way, my tie downs are not going to be in the way. I'm happy about that. They slide in like so. There's 3 on each side. So we'll go ahead, and I'll kind of try to position them where they're going to go, roughly. That way it'll be easier to do when I put them in. And then we're going to bolt that adapter down with 3 of these bolts that they gave us. You've got a lock washer, a regular washer, or a flat washer, and that's it. And then you'll need a 13mm socket. So let's go ahead, see if we can't get these on. Crawl up in here, take some screws with me. Bolts, screws, what do you guys call them? Bolts, screws? I usually call them screws, I think, but they're really bolts, I guess. Pop that off that end. Go ahead and stick this one in, then I don't have to mess with taking my tie down out, which is always good. At least I don't think so. About right there. Again, trying to line them up, just make it a little bit easier when I put them in. Let's go ahead and get that back on so I don't lose it. And then you just kind of want to fold it down like so, and you're not going to tighten this thing like it's going to be there till the end of time just yet. So we'll get it down over the edge, and there is a little bit of a lip here. You want to be on the inside of that, it looks like, although I'm thinking it may go higher up. We shall see, but you're going to need to be down a little bit to go ahead and get these fastened in, it looks like. So you should be able to just take your screw and tighten them down a little, like so. Make sure you don't cross thread them like it appears I am. Got a little tip for you. When I went to put this adapter rail in, it was actually below the edge of the cap up here, and that's because the rail down here was a little bit lower when it was assembled. Now, it doesn't fit perfectly anyway, in my opinion, but if you loosen the screws, here there are 4 of them on the rail. Don't take them out, just loosen them. And then push this rail up. you'll be able to go over the edge of the cap here, which is what you need to do. You can see I'm over the edge here. Again, just trying to put it on before, it sat down below. This side was the exact same way. I had to loosen the track bolts under here, screws, push it up a little bit, and then retighten it. And I can see why some people are having problems here because of these rails. They push down on the inside and they pull this up. Mine is doing it, and it is indeed a fault of the tonneau cover itself. So is it really Toyota's fault? You know, I don't know. But I would definitely say it has something to do with installing a tonneau. Let's get on to the next part, and that is putting the side rail pieces, I guess, on top of the adapters that we just installed. Okay, a couple things as we're going on. First of all, you do not want to use the long slots for the bolts. You want to use the little slots. That was a mistake on my end. I noticed once I had it all bolted up that I could see light in between this bracket and the bed or the edge of the rail. That obviously would leak water. So what I did is I took the rail off and I bent this bracket out away from the fixture here itself, or this whole piece. That allowed it to go in further, and my light is now gone. So next up, we have to install the side rails, I'll call them, and they are these things. You want the part of this piece where the little holder here pops up to be pointing at the back of the bed. The directions were not very clear on that, for me anyway. Now, to do this, you have these kind of hokey little clamp things. They are right here, and they kind of snap into this channel that you can see right here. And they go in, let's see, with the shorter piece. You can see the two arms of this here, the two grabbers. The shorter one, which is here, is going to go into this line here and snap down in like so. And they do move back and forth once you put them in. I would try to get them as pretty close as you can to these slots, because that's where the other end, this end here, is going to go through. That's what's going to hold this piece on. So you might lay it up there first to make sure you get it in the right spot, and then just snap them down in. And then we're going to stick it under there and tighten the bolt right here on the top. Now, I lined these up so that I guess the back part down there was even with the edge of this filler piece that you already have in. As far as placement goes, the directions aren't clear on that either. Right there is what they should look like when you get done. Again, they're just sandwiched over this bracket part right here. And that's it. And hopefully there's no light showing through, because you don't want that. So now I think it's time to actually place the hoses. These are the drain hoses here. And they tell you to drill a 5/8 inch hole through your bed. But there are holes here already. So if I do anything, I'll probably just enlarge these. That's assuming that when your bed was coated, if it was, this wasn't covered. But that's what I'll probably do. These simply just kind of twist on there. It's pretty easy. And that's pretty much it. And then, like I said, if I do anything, I'll go through that hole right there with a 5/8 inch drill bit. Okay, time finally to set the tonneau cover on the rails. See if I can get up this ladder without falling off of it. There we go. And we're just going to sit this down in the channels, hopefully. And there you heard it click. That means it's in correctly. before we can move on, we've got a couple of buckles we have to install, or receivers if you will. They come with these cork gaskets separately, so you want to go ahead and mount those on. Obviously that's to keep water outside, and they should, I'm not sure which way they go on actually, I believe just like this. And obviously you want them to be over the holes like so, just like that. Pretty darn simple. Go ahead, do the other one. You want to go ahead and fold the front part forward, and they have them taped up, so you won't have any problems finding them, the holes where these go, that is. We have these ends, they go through the holes, so we're going to go ahead and stick one through. Well, we would, except they tape the other side too. I guess that's to catch the metal shavings. I really don't know. Anyway, I'll get rid of that. Go ahead and stick that through. And then we'll put our clasp or end on there. Stick a screw in. And hopefully go ahead and get this thing put on. Okay, we've got the clasps on the front. Now you want to slide it forward, hopefully, so that the seal is up over the bed, I guess, or over the front. And you want to even it out a little. It does have a little bit of play side to side on it. So I'm going to spend a while making sure I've got it where I want it. And then lastly, we just put these brackets on underneath. They just go underneath the, or they go in a track and then underneath the side of the rail. And actually this way, I think. And then you just tighten them down to hold it on. That's really about all. Okay, got it all done. A couple of things. The little twist things that you put on up at the front in the corners, there's one on each side, is supposed to slide into a channel and then hook underneath your side rails here to secure the front part of the cover. They did not line up because part of the side rail brackets are in the way. So I had to take them out of the channel they have. It still slides in with the screw, turn it sideways and fasten it that way. Should be okay, but definitely not the way that it's supposed to go on. Otherwise, everything is pretty good about it. It shuts well against the bed, or the tailgate, I should say. Nice seal across here. We don't have any issues along the sides that I'm aware of. Of course, the first rainstorm will will tell, I guess. But so far, it's pretty good. Nice and solid. Definitely more solid than the last one that I had. Leave a comment. Let me know if you had any issues, particularly if you have this one. I'd be curious to know. Thanks for watching. Stay safe out there. Bye.